Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to Wednesday's Phonics video. This week, we are going to be looking at a new sound. So, have a look at those sounds and those picture cards on the screen. Do you recognize them? Do you remember learning them? So, the first one, it's a man at the zoo, and he's got a shovel. What do you think he might be doing with that shovel? Probably not very nice, is it? That's right, that's poo at the zoo. That's the oo sound, isn't it? Made with the oh. Now we know that. We learned that a long time ago, didn't we? Poo at the zoo. And this other one, it's a big kind of monster creature. And he's very large. And it's huge brute. Huge brute. Now, something I need to remind you about this oo sound, because this is an oo sound as well, the U split E. But depending on the letter that comes before it, sometimes it's an oo and sometimes it's a u. So, for example, if I say the word rude, rude, it's an oo, isn't it? But if I say the word use, use, it's a u, isn't it? A u. So it can be oo or it can be u. So it's just really important to remember that because that's going to happen with this next sound. So there's a boy here. He's got a bowl of something in front of him and he's chewing it. Okay. And it's a meal called a stew, which is like a kind of meaty, gravy meal. And the phrase is chew the stew. Can you say chew the stew? Again, in chew and stew, can you hear? Chew is chew, but stew is stew. So that two letters can make slightly different versions of the same sound. So I'm going to sound out some words for you, and you are going to sound them out in Fred Talk and say the full word back to me. So, for example, if I said you, you'd say you, new. Okay? So, you, new. That's that one. Okay? Ooh, flu. Ooh. Sorry, you. Blue. Not blue is in the color, blue is in I blew something. Next one. You. That's few. Ooh. Crew. Newt. Newt, which is a type of lizard. Ooh. Screw. Ooh. Drew. Ooh. Grew. And you. Stew. That one stew. Well done. Okay, so let's look what this oo or u sound is made of. It's an e and a w. Okay, so the e and the w, the e and the w, make that oo or u sound. Remember, it can be both depending on the letters that come before it. Okay, so remember, if there's ever a u in a word, it'll never be the tricky word you. It'll always be the etwe or that u split e. Okay. So you say it, I'll say it, you say it. Chew the stew. Chew the stew. Chew the stew. And my turn, your turn. Ooh. 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 But it can also be you. You. So I've just had my dog, Winston, come in. He just wants to say hello. Say hello to everyone, Winston. He's just had a big drink, so he's dripping water everywhere and his tongue's hanging out. So that sound is oo, okay, or you. So first we're going to read some green words by sounding out with the dots and dashes. So sound out as the dot or dash comes up. That's new. You pew. Now a pew is like a wooden bench that we sit on in church. You knew. That's I knew something. Ooh, flew. So now I flew somewhere. But ooh, blue. Ooh, crew. Newt. Newt. Use news. Ooh, screw. Ooh, shrew. A shrew is a type of kind of like a mouse. Okay, so the rule for the EWU sound, let's have a think. It's quite often, but not anywhere near always, the spelling we use at the end of a syllable or word. Okay? EWU can also be used in the middle of a few words, not many, where we hear it like you. So, for example, newt and news, there isn't many. Okay? So it's usually at the end, but we might use another sound at the end, and we'll look at that another day. So now we're going to read the green words quickly without the dots and dashes to help us. So I'm going to go through them a bit more quickly. You ready? Okay, and then we're going to read them again, but jumbled up and a bit quicker this time. Ready? We've got the dots. We don't want them. Never mind. Okay, so next we're going to practice reading some red words. Remember, these are words with tricky spellings. Okay? So this word. We looked at this word earlier on Monday, didn't we? What's that word? It's they, isn't it? They. What's the tricky part? The E. The E, because the EY is making the A sound when normally the AY would make it. Next one. What's that word? People. People. What's the tricky parts in people? That's right. It's the O, because the E and the O are making an E sound when normally an E and an E or an E and an A would make it. and the E at the end, because the L and the E are making all people. Next one, remember, oh, you lucky duck. Could. Tricky parts in that are the O and the L because they go with the U to make the U. This one keeps catching us out, so I want to keep practicing it. That word is said. Well done, said. And the tricky part, the A and the I, because it makes an E. This one, think about the last word that was similar. This is would. O-U-L makes the U, isn't it? So the O and the L are the tricky parts. And this one, that one's money. And the O is the tricky part, but also the E, because normally the E sound at the end is just made with a Y, isn't it? Not an EY. Okay. So now we're going to practice spelling some words. You'll need a pencil and some paper. Remember to use your thread fingers to help you. And for a longer word, split it up into syllables or beats. So pause the video if you need to get pencil or paper and press play again when you're ready. Okay, so our first green word is the word few. Few. There were a few children who'd finished their maths work. Few. Few. Okay, if you're not finished, pause it. If you are, we'll go through the answer to this one. So few is F-E-W. Few. Give yourself a tick if you got that. Okay, the next one is blue. The dragon blew fire all across the cave. Blue. Okay, blue. Let's spell it. Pause if you're not ready. B-L-E-W. Blue. Tick if you got that right. The next one is crew. Crew. The flight crew got the plane ready to take off. Crew. So a crew is like a group of people that do something. Okay, let's spell crew. C-R-E-W. Crew. Our next word is new. Not new as in brand new. New as in I knew something. So think about what needs to come at the front. So I knew I had to spell this word carefully. New. Okay, let's check the word new. Now it starts with a K, then N-E-W. So that new is the same as brand new, but with that silent K that we learned about in front of it. Okay, the next word is news. I watch the news to find out what's going on in the world. News. Now that doesn't need a silent K in front of it, just as a clue. News. Okay, let's check news. N-E-W-S. News. Just have a tick if you got it right. Now, the next word, the next three words are going to be red words that we've looked at. Okay. Now, we will spell this one right today, won't we, here too? All of us. So this word is said. 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 So said is S-A-I-D. Said. I'm sure you've all got that right. The next red word is they. They. They wanted to go to the zoo. They. Okay, let's check they. T-H-E-Y. They. Tick if you got that right. And our last red word for today is quite a tricky one. Remember the two tricky parts in this. People. People. Lots of people like to do exercise. People. Okay, let's check people. P-E-O-P-L-E. Well done if you got that right. It's quite tricky. Okay, finally, we're going to write a sentence with some of the words we've practiced and some of them we haven't. Don't forget capital letters, finger spaces, and full stops. So our sentence today is, Mum said that people could choke if they forget to chew the stew. Mum said that people could choke if they forget to chew the stew. Mum said that people could choke if they forget to chew the stew. We'll do my turn, your turn. Mum said that people could choke if they forget to chew the stew. Your turn. My turn. Mum said people could choke if they forget to chew the stew. Your turn. And one more time, my turn. Mum said that people could choke if they forget to chew the stew. Your turn. Okay, have a go at writing that sentence down. Don't forget your capital letter at the start. Don't forget your finger spaces and don't forget your full stop. Pause this video to do your sentence and then unpause it when you're finished. Okay, let's check how we did. So, mum, capital M, U-M. Now, even if that was in the middle of the sentence, if we just put mum and not my mum, it would be a capital letter because it's a name, it's a title, isn't it? So 2 ticks for mum, 1 for capital letter, 1 for M-U-M spelled right. Said, S-A-I-D, said. That, T-H-A-T, that. People, P-E-O-P-L-E, people. Could. C-O-U-L-D. O-U, lucky duck. Choke. C-H-O-K-E. That's that split grapheme O that we learned before the holidays, isn't it? If. I-F. They. T-H-E-Y. Forget. F-O-R-G-E-T. That's one word, okay? To. T-O. Chew. C-H-E-W. The. T-H-E. Stew. S-T-E-W. What do we need at the end? Full stop. Okay, so it's out of 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 again. So count your score up, check how many you got, and see how you did. Well done, year 2. That's all for today. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye, everyone.